One of my favorite strategy frameworks is from Roger Martin, and he has the Strategy Choice Cascade. It's 5 key questions that help you deliver an excellent strategy for your business.
This is Grizz PM with the Riz, a little bit of a grizzled beard from experience, bringing you tech product management beyond the frameworks and with a little game. So stick around for industry perspectives on a wide range of topics on bringing better digital products to your customers and what it's really like to work as a product manager in tech. Hit subscribe if you're into it.
One is, what is our winning aspiration? So what is that overarching goal or vision for the company? Where will we play is the specific markets, customer groups, or contexts in which we will operate. How will we win is the unique value proposition or differentiator. What capabilities we must have are the skills or resources that we require to win. What management systems are required are the metrics, the culture, and the operational processes that need to be in place for it to work. I thought it'd be fun if we applied this framework to SpaceX. So what is the winning aspiration of SpaceX? It's to make life multiplanetary and to revolutionize space technology. So where are they playing? Well, global aerospace and space exploration sectors, and now in commercial satellite with Starlink. So how are they going to win? They're going to drastically reduce the cost of access to space through reusable rockets and other components, and by developing advanced rocket technologies so the missions can go far beyond Earth's orbit, especially to Mars. And also, how will they win? Get extra capital to fuel that mission is through developing global broadband through the network of thousands of satellites with Starlink. So what capabilities do they have to have in order for that to be the case? They need a lot of capabilities in obviously rocket science and aerospace engineering, and an incredibly strong R&D group that is continuously innovating and building new technologies. Also production capabilities so they can build rockets and spacecrafts and satellites, and relationships with the government and contracts with them with NASA and others. And what management systems are required? So they're going to have a very agile organizational structure that can handle high risk, high reward, but very complex and high stakes sort of environment. So they can come up with robust testing and quality assurance and everything else, but still move quickly. And also a data-driven culture with real-time analytics so they can make good decisions on launching or not launching and everything like that. So it's an incredibly powerful framework where it makes it clear by all of those strategy cascade of choices what you need in order to make your vision come alive. Overall product strategy is not the same as product strategy. So product strategy is a couple clicks down. Overall, you can talk about the 5 strategy cascade questions, but we can also apply them to a product. So our winning aspiration is that vision for the product, a vision that solves problems for users and adds unique value. Where will we play is choosing your target users and the specific problems you're solving for them. How will we win is how you differentiate your product in the marketplace. What capabilities we must have is more about the team and building a product team with the skill sets that we need to achieve the objectives we have for our specific product. So do we need depth in user research, data analysis, rapid prototyping? Whatever it is, we need those capabilities that we need to be successful for that particular product at that particular point in time. And what management systems are required? Well, there's a lot of different management systems you could have. And one is using OKRs, or objectives and key results, that have an objective measure tied to how the business values what you do and what they want to accomplish. That's a whole nother video on its own, but it's a way we can track everything. Another product strategy thinker is Melissa Perri. She has some interesting views on strategy and some core tenets. One is avoiding the build trap. She emphasizes that organizations must move away from a features-based approach, which she terms the build trap, towards a values-based approach, because merely building features doesn't guarantee success for our businesses, and delivering real customer value does. So similarly, outcome over output means measuring success not by the number of features shipped, but the achievement of business and customer goals, which are outcomes. Also, problem-based roadmaps, which is a little bit different than what most of us work with. So she's a strong advocate for shifting from feature-based roadmaps, which I work on every day, to problem-based roadmaps. In this model, the roadmap doesn't list the features to be built, but the problems to be solved. This aligns with the product development process more closely connected with customer needs and business objectives. Along with that is learning and adaptability, so the importance of aligning the entire organization and the strategic objectives and empowering teams to make decisions based on those goals. So that connects really well with the strategy we talked about, and the clear articulation of goals is very similar to that winning aspiration that we aim for. And that selective focus on key customer problems is very similar to where to play. And that constant learning and adaptability really feeds into how to win through differentiation and discovering what is going to win by differentiating us and our products. Another product strategy thinker is Bruce McCarthy and his roadmap theory. And of that theory, there are a few key tenets: objectives before features. So he advises focusing on the clear goals the product needs to achieve that serve as the backbone for the roadmap and guide the prioritization. And that prioritization wants to be absolutely ruthless. The tasks are not created equal. Some are going to deliver far more impactful results than others. Also themes. So instead of specific features or timelines, recommends focusing on themes or high-level focus areas so we have more flexibility while still maintaining connection to that strategic priority, as well as time horizons. So instead of specific dates, now, next, and later, to be able to accommodate uncertainty and any changes inherent in normal software development, and stakeholder alignment. So that unified roadmap that has buy-in from everyone, that serves as a single source of truth that aligns all departments and clarifies the strategic intent of the product. Also, iterating and updating. Just like the product, we want to iterate and update the roadmap so that we can revisit and revise as conditions change. Combining those strategy frameworks, we can start with the overall strategy from Roger Martin and choose our 5 questions to set our winning aspiration and strategy, where we set a direction and define the purpose and broader areas that we're going to compete in and win. We can convert that strategy to objectives using OKRs, and we can work on developing the product and using methods to empower our product teams to discover and deliver products iteratively based on those objectives. And then we can move on towards road mapping, but use an approach to build a roadmap that's tied to objectives and themes and allows for iterative learning and flexibility.